Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback Presents, the All Memphis Post-Game Show. My name is Jamal. With me, as always, is Mace, and we are here to talk about the Grizzlies and another loss. So, well, Mace, before we get into that, how you been, man? We didn't do a game. We didn't do a show after the last game. It was Valentine's Day, and we wanted to spend time with our wives. So, how did you feel? How you feeling about this game, and how did you feel about the last game?
Well, I would have much rather done a show talking about the Kings win than this Pelicans loss that we're about to do. But I had a good Valentine's Day. Hope you and the wife did too. But I'm out here in California, and I've just been seeing all the Instagram, Facebook photos of the weather in Memphis, which is a big story. Biggest snow since I think they said 85. So how are y'all holding up?
Oh man, we are holding up pretty good actually. Haven't left the house in a in a couple of days. We went to the grocery store on Saturday because that's what we do in Memphis. We go to the grocery store and we load up.
What did you get though? You didn't get bread and milk. I know you didn't. What did you get?
No. We had enough bread and milk at the house already. So you know what I'm saying? We took care of some other stuff. We just kind of got some chicken. Got some other kind of meats and stuff that we can have around the house, some snack foods. So we knew we weren't going to be leaving. And that's what happened, man. So we did that and went and saw both my parents and my nephew and everybody. Got to make sure we see everybody. And then the snow came, and I've never seen that much snow here in Memphis ever. And we're getting another one tonight. We're getting another little rain. I'm so used to rain. We're getting another snowstorm tonight. So we'll probably get a few more inches. But it's been in the house, man. In the house. Bored in the house. I'm in the house bored.
Well, I mean, I guess everybody's kind of used to it by this point in COVID. Mm-hmm. So I see you drinking a beer, and it's not the weekend. So are you celebrating something?
I am celebrating Fat Tuesday. Just give me an excuse to drink on the weekday.
Sound like a Pelicans fan to me, man. Well, I had to make some coffee to stay up for that game, so I'm drinking coffee. You should. I was on the phone with your brother a couple of weeks ago, and it was early in the morning. I was at Hardee's giving me a coffee, right? I was like, "Hey, let me get a black coffee and some sugar." And he was like, "Man," and I hadn't talked to anyone from Memphis in a while. Like I talk to y'all every day, but not always on the phone, so I don't always hear the voice, and I don't always just get roasted, He's like, "Man, what y'all over there getting coffee? What the hell?"
It's been nothing like a good old Memphis roast to start your morning. Huh?
I'm like, I'm just trying to get a cup of coffee, man. Okay. That's what I called you for, your input on my morning routine. Like
trying to get my day started in a good way, and here you go talking about why you drinking coffee. But yeah, man, it looked like the Grizzlies needed some coffee. No, they actually started off pretty well in the first quarter of tonight's game. But
hey, if we would have put the first quarter of this game in the fourth quarter of the last Pelicans game, we could have won.
Could have won. So what were your thoughts on this game?
Well, I was thinking last time we played them, it was a close game. Actually, the Grizz led most of the way until basically an epic fourth quarter collapse / the Pelicans just one, Eric Bledsoe scored 11 points, and two, Zion and Brandon Ingram realized that we could not guard them one-on-one, and they just did whatever they wanted to. So I was hoping that our defense would be better today, and honestly, I had written down, like, I'm okay if Eric Bledsoe beats us again, as long as it's not Zion and Brandon. And that's not what happened. So it was just pretty demoralizing pretty demoralizing loss overall. Early on, we got out to a great start, up by 11, Ja's being aggressive. But then we get to the end of the first quarter and we don't close that quarter well.
No.
And it just kind of felt like that's when the tide turned. Both teams were turning the ball over, 5 turnovers. So I was listening to Hasseltine and EP on the radio for the first half. So I didn't see a lot, but that's just was kind of my main takeaways. It was Ja was being aggressive, and then I don't know if we went to the bench and things kind of hit the fan or what.
That's what had to happen a little bit toward the end of the first quarter. At some points in this game, man, the basketball was hard to watch. Like, it was like turnover after turnover after turnover, bad shot here, bad shot there, like being really out of sync. And there was something that I can say that I hadn't seen out of this team in a while, them being so out of sync. Not even just on the defensive end, on the offensive end, a lot of miscommunications on passes. Ja finished with 6 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Which is not too out of the ordinary for him, but I think a lot of them came in the first half. It was just a lot of miscommunication, a lot of stuff not really going the way they needed it to. I thought this was going to be a bad Dillon game because he came out in the first quarter jacking. Like, he just came out. I don't know, if he's playing this way, they definitely gonna lose. But he kind of calmed it down.
It was a bad game for him. I think he had 5 turnovers too. I know the counting stats. If you look at the box score, it looks good for Ja and Dillon, but I don't think either one of them played good tonight. I mean, I know Ja had 28 points, which was nice to see, but at least 8 of those came in the fourth quarter, and they were just empty points. He did finish 12 of 16 from the field, but I thought he did a good job rebounding against a team that we needed him to help rebound on. But other than that, man, him and Dillon hit a lot of those threes late in the fourth quarter too. He had 9 points for a while. I mean, the only one who really played well to me was Kyle. And he didn't really get it going until the third quarter.
It was I'm gonna give you my keys to the game. I wrote my keys.
Oh yeah. What was your keys?
My keys. So I had 4 keys today. One was front court versus Zion. Zion had 29 points and 4 rebounds in the first game, right? And then my question was, can Brandon Clark and Tillman or whoever, control him or handle him? Like, you're not going to stop Zion. And almost in the first quarter, they almost kind of did.
I thought they did great in the first quarter. They held him and B out of 6.
He didn't do much in the first quarter, but then it's kind of like you just said what happened in the last game. He realized, like, if I just continue putting my head down and going to the rim, none of these dudes can do, which is what happened when he started going off in the second quarter. Number 2 was the superstar battle, Ja versus B.I., Brandon Ingram, star versus superstar. Last game, Brandon had 27 points, 12 rebounds, and Ja had 16 points and 9 assists. And just kind of monitoring who's going to win that matchup, because those are kind of like those matchups are like the temperature of the team. You see how the team's playing, and usually the person who wins that matchup or who plays better, their person's team is going to win. Number 3 was better X factor. Who is going to be the person that you don't know that will step up, right? And so in the last game, Lonzo and Bledsoe combined for 37 points. And I put, Melton, Jones, Baines. Well, Melton and Baines didn't even play, so that hurt. Then Tyus. And I've also put Dillon in there. Like, can they produce? Dillon, last game, Dillon only had 9 on 4 of 17 shooting. And also the last key was last game, the Pale shot 50%. Could the defense show up and stop them? And that was a resounding no. They shot 62% tonight, 50% from 3. And man, when they got it going, we couldn't stop them. And it was a lot of, like I said, it was a game of runs in the first half. Like, we went on a run, then they went like a 13-1 run. And then we went on like a 10-2 run, and then they went like on a 13-5 run. And then, whatever. So it was interesting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, McDermott hit those 2 threes, and then basically Zion and Josh Hart took the game over in the second quarter. And then from I think it was the 3:45 mark to 2 minutes, right in that area, 4 out of our 5 possessions were turnovers. And they were just running out, getting buckets. Zion really heating up. And then Grayson and Ja made 2 late threes right before halftime. And then Ingram got a bucket, but we were able to bring it within 5. It was 63-58. Ja had 15 at the half, and then Zion and Hart both had 15. But we were within striking distance. Come out in the third quarter, Kyle got a and one, then he hit a couple threes.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, we can get it going. But that start of the third quarter, that run, it lasted like 8 minutes. I swear. Like there were no stoppages in play. And the Grizzlies couldn't hit shit and we were turning the ball over, and the Pelicans were doing whatever they wanted to.
Well, I mean, like you look at it, each team had 19 turnovers. They had 22 points off turnovers. We had 18. So those were kind of close. Campbell Bain was out with the death in the family. I think his grandmother passed away.
His great grandmother, yeah.
His great grandmother passed away. So Bain wasn't with the team. I probably think that he's not in Memphis.
I think he's in Indiana.
He's in Indiana, and I don't know when he can come. I mean, I don't know how flights are working because we got this snowstorm coming. I don't know when he'll be back in. So you can probably count him out for tomorrow's game and whatever the COVID stuff is. You know, he got to take that into account once he gets back too.
Yeah, unless he's back in quarantining and we don't know about it. But hasn't been any reports.
Yeah.
And, I guess we assume DeAnthony Melton will once again be out. So same guys running it back tomorrow.
Right. But the good thing is playing a different team. We were talking about it before we went on. Like you said in this, the New Orleans is becoming like the big brother in this relationship already. And we got years of this. B.I. re-upped on a contract, and Zion is still on his rookie deal. So you got at least 4 more years of Zion. And hopefully when our guys get back, it'll be something different. But until we get all our guys back, we don't know what it's looking like. And yeah, tonight was one of the worst bench performances that we had in a while.
30 points off the bench, and the Pelicans had 63.
Yeah,
I mean, Josh Hart outscored our bench by himself. Basically, he finished the game with 27, and he is the answer to your X factor of the game. It was Josh Hart.
It was Josh Hart. They had one step up, and you was kind of hoping it might be Grayson, because Grayson had a good game against Sacramento. He came out hunting the shot, and he airballed like what? Twice. He airballed a couple shots in the first quarter when he was hunting them.
Bro, we had so many airballs.
You like the aggressiveness a little bit with him, but tonight was one of those nights where it just wasn't falling for him. And I was watching it, and in the third quarter, I was like, I don't have to watch anymore. Like even if they come back and win, you didn't like the way they were playing, and I try not to be too hard on them because we understand the situation that they're in. Like, but still, you field an NBA team and you got NBA players. It means you got NBA talent, and you got to be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyus Jones, we've seen you play better than what you played this game. So we need you to do that.
Well, and you're saying it there, but he's kind of been bad probably the last 3 or 4 games. It feels like to me.
He hasn't been himself, you know what I'm saying? And then like once one name we didn't even say who shit the bed tonight and didn't do a good job was Jonas. Jonas was a non-factor. He was what do you have? 10 and 5?
And he looks sluggish, man. Especially from the third quarter on. He just looks sluggish. I would have liked to see Gorgie maybe get placed in there and JV kind of put on Rice for tomorrow. I was looking and he wasn't playing for long stretches of the game, and I had to like check the stats to see like how many fouls is he in foul trouble? Is he anything? He wasn't, and and so after the first quarter, you kind of saw like he finished with 10 points. I think he scored 6 of those 10 in the first quarter, maybe 4 of those 10 in the first quarter. But you kind of saw like Steven Adams made it a point to not let him get anything. And you think about the last time they played, he had 23 and like 12 or something coming off the bench because he didn't start. It was his first game back.
And Steven Adams didn't play that much. But now I guess they realize that Jonas' kryptonite is Steven Adams or another big bruising center. And they kind of mirrored each other. When Jonas was in the game, Steven Adams was in the game. When he took him out, he took him out. So Jonas got to be better. With the team in this situation, not even just injuries, but you're also missing Bane. Like, you don't want to keep harping on it, but I guess you have to. You're missing 4 of your top 8 players. Everybody has to do what they're supposed to do. Everybody has to hit their averages. We can't have you giving us 10 and 5 when you used to giving us 15 and 12. Like, the Grizzlies got out rebounded by 15, 47-32. Jonas only had 5 rebounds. If he gets his normal 12, that's 7, that's 7 more rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 7 more rebounds, maybe 4 of those are offensive or whatever, 4 more possessions. Like, so when you got a roster that is this compromised like this, you can't have games like this. That's why I was on Ja at the beginning a few weeks ago. Like, dog, 14, 15 points, 6 assists. That's great when you got a full team. But when it's you, I would much rather you had shoot 22 shots than to see Dylan Brooks throw up 17 shots.
Yeah, and JV, I think the black shoes slowed him down. He can't wear black shoes anymore. His feet look so heavy in them things. But yeah, just to even go further on that point, got outscored in the paint by 16. They had 70 points in the paint. We only had 54. Killed on the break. They had 32 points. We only had 16, which is surprising when you look at consider we had more points off turnovers by 4. So
right,
and that's just them being more assertive and basically Zion and BI getting downhill and scoring. We only had 23 assists. They had 33. One of our worst performances offensively. And what's upsetting is that the Pelicans defense sucks. One of the worst defenses in the league. And they don't really score that great either. But they put up 144 on us and we only scored 113. And I think you hit the nail on the head when JV only gives you 10, like just with this unit that you have and you're not moving the ball, you only have 23 assists. It's going to be hard to win games, especially when you give up 144 points. I mean, we shot 42% from 3. It's not bad, but we allowed them to shoot 50%.
Right. We made 13. They made 19. And 144 is the most points we've given up all year.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the only worst loss we've had was a loss to the Spurs. That was like 145-111. So one of the worst losses in franchise history.
And we've played overtime games. We've done all this other stuff. And, as a person, like, the only reason I'm mad at this score is because the Grizzlies lost, right? So, in terms of the numerical significance of the score, with that being combined 257, I'm happy with that. If I'm happy with a combined 257 points scored. I would just like it if the numbers were flipped and the Grizzlies had 144 and the Pelicans had 113.
Third quarter, man.
It was the third quarter. So what we look at right there, outscored by what?
It was we scored 23 and we gave up 38.
Yeah, outscored by 15.
I mean, JJ Redick ain't hit a 3 since freaking Moby Dick was a minnow, and he gets elbowed in the head, and knocks 2 down in a row, knocks some free throws down.
He wasn't even elbowed in the head. Like, if he didn't get so low to set the screen, Brandon Clark elbow never would have even hit him. Like, I hate people. I hate that so much, man.
And in the third quarter was he had 4 turnovers. Pelicans shot 50% from 3, and that was all she wrote.
Yep, that was it, man. That was it. Like, and even if you look at the keys, like, Zion had 31, 7, and 6 after having a terrible first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went off. We don't have anybody that can handle him right now, and maybe you hope that at some point, maybe later in the second half of the season, we'll see Justice try to handle him, but Justice will still be coming off injury. He hasn't played a significant basketball game in a year. Like, you won't be able to do any of that right now. Jaren too. So even getting them back, we have to kind of temper our thoughts and our thinking, because we're not going to get the best version of them when they come back, which also holds this team back a bit.
And I thought Grant Hill made a good point when Dylan was guarding Zion, which is not what you want, obviously. But we're getting up in him a lot. I don't know why we don't just give him some cushion and just kind of build a wall. We can't guard him one-on-one. That's obvious. And he's decision making was pretty damn good tonight. I don't know if it's always that way because I don't watch the Pelicans all that much. But anytime the double came, for the most part, he was finding Josh Hart for three.
He even made a three tonight.
Yeah, he did.
And it's like, okay, all right. Start it over, reset. It's one of them in 2K games where you just throw the remote control. All right, bro, you got it. Yeah, man. I know I'm biased because I treat the Grizzlies a lot different than I treat the Tigers. And in terms of excuses and in terms of reasons, and I want to type of temper my expectations and temper my thoughts with this team, but like the consistency of the team just throws me off. Like you played 2.5 good quarters on Friday against the Lakers. Turn around and basically play 3.5 against the Sacramento Kings, and then you come in tonight and you only play 1.5, right? And then you got two get back games. So you got the Thunder coming up tomorrow if they make it in the city, if the plane can fly in the snowstorm, and then you got Detroit on Friday at this in the Forum. So like 2 games you should easily win, but can I count on you to win them?
Especially at the OKC game,
right?
And I mean, it's hard because you want to say yes, those are 2 games we should win, and by the record and everything we should. And I mean, I'm going into it expecting to go 2-0 in those games. You got to expect a better performance tomorrow night. I don't care if it's a back-to-back. Like, you just got your butt kicked on national TV. One of the few chances you get on there. Zion just did it to you again. So honestly, I'm expecting a bounce back game from Ja tomorrow. Like I said, I know he had 28, and maybe that gives him some confidence going forward. But I didn't think he had a good game at all tonight, really.
I would like to continue to see a more aggressive Ja Morant,
especially early.
I don't know what the plan is because early. Thankfully, ESPN has this. In this game, maybe it nope. Is that what I'm looking at? This game, I don't think it mattered that much because they were all they'd all kind of worked itself out, but Dylan goes crazy in the first quarter all the time. And I'm like, why? So Dylan was 1, 2, 3. See, that made me look. He was 2 for 5. That's not bad.
It's not bad. And I think it's intentional. If you go back to like when JJ Redick was with the Clippers, he had the most shot attempts in the first quarter. And I think he averaged the most. He led the league in first quarter scoring, and that's just kind of by design to, if you get someone else going, it's going to open things up for Ja and JV. And I know people hate on Dylan Brooks, but I think like Jenkins does call plays for him often, like more often than Bain and Grayson even.
Yeah.
And Dylan had a rough game. Tillman had a rough game. 5 turnovers from him. I mean, between Ja, Dylan, and Tillman, that's 16 turnovers. I don't even remember what Tillman was doing. I think at least one was an offensive foul. But that's a tough spot. 5 turnovers for your backup center.
Played 20 minutes, 5 turnovers, minus 27.
Yeah, man. I was a little premature on that talk, but I still believe in him. And rough game.
He's a rookie. Like rookies. He's a rookie big man. I was happy to see, like, I didn't know, and maybe I don't pay that much attention to him, and maybe in other roles that he was playing. He got some outside. He got an outside game to him.
Yeah.
He got a perimeter game to him. Like he caught one in the corner 3, gave up fake 2 dribble middle. I think it might end up in the turnover though.
But he hit that 1-3 though. He hit that 1-3.
Got to the rim, and maybe it was he tried to pass it to somebody. Something I don't know, it was a turnover. But like I said, sometimes the game was hard to watch, man. It was just something that we got to be better.
How are you feeling about the white boys?
Yeah, Campbell's harping on the white boys.
Specifically McDermott and Conchar.
Who is McDermott? Who is this McDermott dude?
Two-way guy from Butler. I don't know. He's tatted up. I'm kind of living vicariously through him. You know, like
Conchar was a two-way guy too, right?
Yeah. Last year,
hustle. I mean, from what I've seen of both McDermott, I'm cool with Conchar. I'm cool with him because in any other situation on this team, he's only playing in most 5 to 7 minutes a game. Like he's never going to get 20. He never should be getting 23 minutes when this team is at his full self. So, and a lot of the times, the minutes that he plays are positive minutes. I mean, obviously not tonight, but he gives you good stuff in the minutes that he plays. So I'm cool with him. McDermott just got back off injury, so our first time seeing him was either Sunday or was Friday or Sunday.
Yeah, he played a lot Sunday. He played like 13, 14 minutes Sunday.
And he hit a couple shots. I mean, if anybody that's can come off the bench and hit a couple shots, turn the one way out of Memphis. Great job. Anybody hit a couple shots, I'm happy with that. I think that helps the bench unit. Grayson is being inconsistent, but you know, he's been up and down his whole career. You never really know what you're gonna get from him. He was trying to find a shot, 3 for 7, 2 for 5 from 3 today. And talk about Jonas. You know, Jonas can be a lot better. Like Brandon Clark was a no-show. Like Brandon Clark didn't do much today. I know he's coming off the little injury, but you're out there. You're one of the key cogs of this team. We need more than 8 and 3 from you, 8 and 2 from you.
Yeah, and I mean it's pretty clear he has no business guarding Zion. On Sunday, it was good to see bench Brandon Clark back though, where he's at his best. But yeah, McDermott, he did hit a couple shots, but it's just I don't see a lot out there, especially with him and Conchar. And I mean, if you got him, Conchar, and Grayson, like they ain't guarding nobody or even tie us with them. So it's rough minutes. And I mean, I almost rather see Gorgie and move Brandon Clark to the 3, Gorgie, Tillman, and Brandon. Because
I mean,
at least you got some defense, especially against a team like the Pelicans. You know, I guess we got blown out, so whatever. I guess those guys soaked up some minutes that otherwise would have gone to Ja and the starters, and hopefully they can play more tomorrow.
Right. And like I said, like McDermott doesn't get 19 minutes if this team is at full strength. Same thing with Conchar. Like he doesn't get the 23 minutes if this team is at full strength. With Jonas being back, and I guess them really liking Tillman, Xavier Tillman, in BC, like Gorgie's the one behind all of them, so his minutes are going to decline. But I think that they've told the story before. He said before he's a pro, man, so he's gonna be ready whenever his number's called, and that's one of the good things about him. Gorgie's always on go mode. Whenever you put him in the game, he's always ready. So that's good. And I think it's something that we talked about before, which was so kind of disheartening with this game, is like usually our bench unit is really good. And that's one of the strengths of this team, the bench unit as a whole, or when you put pieces into it with some of the starters. You know, sometimes Tyus and Ja are on the court at the same time. You know, so
yeah, it's just like, let us get one guy back, Melton or Bane,
right.
just a quality NBA player out there to put him back out there with Tyus, and maybe that'll help turn things around. But like we said, we don't know when that's going to be. But what about tonight's game? Your player of the game, who you got?
Player of the game, I'm going to go with Kyle. Like you said, if you look at the numbers, you go Ja, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. But the 6 turnovers take away from that. Some of the defense takes away from that, you know. So, yeah, but with Ja, the 7 rebounds from Ja is the most rebounds he's had all season, which is something. Maybe even a career high. Has he had a triple-double?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not a career high then because he's had at least 10 rebounds. But, yeah, I mean, Kyle giving you 19 and 6. it's been great to see Kyle evolve as a scorer. And then he left like 6 points on the board from his little the little slow-mo layups that he missed. He had a couple fast breaks and stuff that he missed like that. But I'll go Kyle. Who's yours?
I'm gonna go Zion. I mean, that dude's like 13 and 16, just hooping, unstoppable, making JV look like a little boy, trying to stop him at the rim. Shit, man, we gotta figure something out, or it's gonna be a long 7-10 years.
Right, we gotta figure a way to stop him, man. Who is your bum of the game? Bum.
Bum. There's a lot of bummy play today. I think I'm gonna have to go my boy Xavier Tillman though. 5 turnovers, man. Can't have that. A team worst minus 27 in his 19 minutes. So yeah, I'm going X, man. Who you got?
I'm going another big man. I'm going Jonas. Jonas was my bummer. I think we didn't get much from him. Should have got a lot more. Usually get a lot more. And not to say it would have made up completely, but sometimes just the impact on the game can change some other things. So maybe it doesn't get like this. So I'm going to go with Jonas as my bum of the game. What you got for play of the game?
To me, it was only one from the Grizzlies side, and that was the Ja Morant dunk late in the fourth quarter that didn't matter, but will look cool on highlight videos.
Yep, maybe there might be a moment at some. It might be a moment at some point.
Top shot that.
It might be a moment at some point. That's mine too. I mean, or you can go Zion caught a lob. Brandon Ingram had a tough layup. It's not really like a flashy play of the game, but I think he either caught it at the top of the key or caught it on the wing, took one dribble going left, and it was like a tough boom, chest to chest, left hand layup because he long as Winchester. And you put it over there. It was just like as soon as he hit there, you're like, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? But I'll go with Ja's dunk. Just make it flashy.
We should wear those jerseys every game. That should be our home uniforms.
It should be. It should be. And I'm actually surprised that since we were in black and New Orleans was in white, that they didn't wear their Mardi Gras uniforms. They usually wear the purple and gold and the Mardi Gras. I don't know what they call the symbol.
They must be saving it for tomorrow or something.
Got to be.
I think they've got a home game tomorrow night. So,
what I also, who a bum of the game is? All the fans in that arena. It is a snowstorm here in Memphis. You people got out of your house and drove down to FedEx Forum. You are crazy. You're some crazy bums.
They ain't gonna be mad if they gotta go to work tomorrow.
Right. If I'm your boss and I see you at the forum,
yeah, you coming in
right now. You coming in tomorrow, dog. Nobody else coming in, but you coming in.
Well, all right. To our most important question of the night: did Jamal win any money?
I won some money tonight. Like I said, I bet on the over. The over under was 230. And I knew they were gonna kill that. And so yeah, I bet on that. It's been, I needed a win. I needed a win, man. It's been a rough couple of days for you, boy. Missed out on a couple of my little stats-based bets. I missed out on 2 last night by basically a point and an assist. I needed Kelly Oubre to score 15 points, score 14. And I needed Malcolm Brogdon to get over 5.5 assists. He finished with 5. And the game went to overtime, bro. Like I gave you extra time to get the assist, and you ain't get it.
Does your story start like this? If so, please call.
And so even tonight, this should make me even more mad at Jonas tonight. Like people, you can't see. Okay, all right. You see, it's a lot of green.
Yeah, I see a little red.
And 2 red. So I made some money. I put more money on the over, on hitting the over than I did on this. But this was my stat-based thing. I put this in the parlay. Like over 232, hit. Kyle Anderson to score 10 plus points, hit. Lonzo to score 10 plus points, hit. Ja Morant to score 15 plus points, hit. Brandon Ingram to get 4 more rebounds, hit. Kyle Anderson to get 4 more rebounds, hit. Brandon Ingram to get over 17.5 points, that hit. Dylan Brooks to get over 13.5 points. That hit. Ja to get over 6.5 assists. That hit. Zion to get over 15 points. That hit. The two that did not hit, my bum of the game, Jonas Valanciunas. I had him to get over 12 points, finish with 10, and then I have him to get over 10 rebounds because Jonas is a walking double-double. All he gets is double-doubles. Like, I just asked you to get the bare minimum of what you do, and he couldn't even do it for me.
Ran into two big men tonight. Two big men.
You know? And so, like, and I got excited because the last time he had 23 and 9 or 23 and maybe 23 and 12 or something last time against we played them. And oh yeah, he got this. All I'm asking for is 10 and 10. That's easy. Shit.
Well, better luck tomorrow when the Grizzlies take on Oklahoma City Thunder at home. I think the Hustle also play the OKC Blue. So if you're into that type of stuff, I'm sure you can watch it on like grindcitymedia.com or something. As a little pregame tune-up, and then we will be here with the post-game once again.
Yes,
Jamal, where can they find you in the show?
They can find me at Nerdy McFly on Twitter, at the Kickback Pod on Facebook. You can find the show and all our past shows on YouTube at Diamond in the Bluff Media. Or just type in Diamond in the Bluff, and you'll see a cool logo show up. It has a Memphis sign, and we keep all our shows there. That's it for me. What about you, Mace? What I can get to you?
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at BarnBurnerSlim. And let me hold 10 till I see you again tomorrow.
Also, forget Michael Porter Jr. All he needs to score today. He scored 0.
Man, he probably got
0.
That young boy. He's ain't no telling with him.
0, mate.
Hey, he might not want to. He probably didn't want to score tonight.
He started. No Will Barton, no Gary Harris, no Monte Morris. It's set up for you to score points, dog.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
And you didn't score? Get out of here, dog. Never betting on you again.
Same draft class as Jaron.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kickback presents the All Memphis Post Game Show. Tonight we recapped the Grizzlies 144-113 loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. That makes us 0-2 against them this season with about 2 more since their division we play on 4 times.
I hope not. I don't think we know. We don't know what the rest of the schedule.
Yeah, we don't know what the rest of the schedule looks like. Even tomorrow's game is a reschedule, or is a because we weren't supposed to do that, but we're here now because we had the COVID shutdown. But like May said, we'll be here tomorrow talking about the Grizz and the Thunder. Hopefully, it's a Grizz dub. If not, it's a Grizz loss, and we're just talking about it anyway. So, with that being said, y'all be safe. Stay warm if you're in this winter storm, and we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.